Thank you for tuning into our seller interview series. Up today, we've got a 2-site info product business package for sale in the photography niche. Created in October 2015, this business makes $33,074 per month in net profit. The listing number for the business is 44934. We do these interviews to give potential buyers more information about both the seller and the businesses they're looking to purchase. We hope these insights are helpful for you in making a buying decision. We've got the seller with us today to go through the business and cover everything from niche selection to traffic and monetization. Daniel, thank you for coming on here today. How are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm good.
Yeah, it's my pleasure having you on here. Very excited to discuss this 7-figure business with you. But before we get to the questions that I have for you, I want to go ahead and run through a little quick summary of the business. The business was built in October of 2015, has a monthly revenue of $40,245, expenses of $7,170 to make for a net profit of $33,074, which is generated on a 12-month average. Included in the sale of this business are both domains and all site content and files, all social media accounts, 2 niche-related blogs with potential for monetization, email list, and push notification list. Daniel, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building and running online businesses?
Yeah, sure, Jay. Started doing online marketing and just started my own business in around 2013, and just quickly found out that I loved that you could scale up so quickly online and you could work with people from all over the world. So I loved everything from the beginning, and I just started to scale things up. In the beginning, I was very involved in like affiliate marketing and working for other companies. And it was from doing that I realized that why should I earn 10% or 20% or whatever as an affiliate when I could make 100% as a business owner of my own brand. So that was kind of the idea behind starting my own business, and that's really what led to this business we're talking about today.
So then looking at the business today, as you said, you like making all of the profits, you like being your own boss here. So why have you decided to sell it today?
I think when I started in 2015, it was not so much about what the product was. It was more about the idea of building my own business, and it got me really fired up. So I was not so cautious about what niche it was in. Anything was really interesting for me. And now that I'm a little bit older and I found out what my true passion really is, then I've decided to sell this one because I'm more invested in a new business I'm building, which is actually a physical product brand in a totally different niche. Actually, it's a running apparel brand. So totally different, but because I'm super into running and this whole community, I just decided I wanted to do that instead of keep going with this business here.
So when you look back over the last year for the numbers, you notice that there was a spike in November of last year. So what happened then?
I think it's because we were really good at taking advantage of Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all that stuff. So a lot of people are just looking to shop in November in general. And this site really does well in November every single year. So definitely something that the new owner should take advantage of. And that means preparing yourself with the right newsletters. We have a list of 350,000 subscribers if you count all the businesses together. And we have a lot of social profiles that we use a lot. So we are really able to take advantage of this period where people are just looking to shop. And yeah, that's a big asset of this business.
What is your role in this business as it stands today?
So when I started the business out in 2015, I was super hands-on and I was involved in every single department of this business, and I was just scaling it up and making deals and all that. So I was super hands-on in 15 and a bit of 16. But then in 16, I got involved in so many other projects and scaling up my entire business that I hired other people to take care of this one. And that means that today I do zero work. I do nothing at all. I have a conversation with my manager on Slack once a week, and we don't even call each other because they take so good care of it. And it's just really amazing. I've taught them to be independent and to grow the business and not just run it like drones or something like that. They really look at, what are the potential new markets we can enter, and, what deals can we make with other people in the business, and, how can we get more traffic? And so that's really cool. So yeah, to answer your question again, I basically do nothing right now.
So you have this team in place, as you've said. Are they willing to continue working with the business when a new owner takes over?
Yes, they're super happy with their job and they really just want to keep going. So, assuming that the new owner doesn't cut their salary down 80%, I'm sure they just want to continue in the business for as long as they can possibly do it. The main manager is an expert in the field, in this niche, and have a huge network. And I think that this guy is super good to keep going with. So I would definitely recommend keeping them on. But that being said, if you're just looking for passive income and not scaling up and growing, then you could, cut down a little bit on the expenses for the employees in the company.
So, where is the majority of the traffic for the business coming from?
So the majority of the traffic is coming from Google, mainly because when I was involved in 2015 and 16, I was doing a lot of SEO work, but very white hat, basically talking to other blogs in the field and getting them to review our products in exchange for a link and a little bit of information about our business and stuff. So we try to, go, with niche relevant links and not just buy like PBNs. There's no PBN links. There's nothing like that at all. Nothing is hidden away. And also just guest posting and, just doing whatever we can to gain traffic. And besides Google, a lot of our traffic is coming from social media. And when I say a lot, I think it's about 10% or something like that. But Facebook is big. Pinterest used to be big. And Instagram is something, and YouTube as well. So it's a good mixture of all these together as well. And then the last area where we get a lot of traffic from is from our subscribers, email subscribers, as we have 350,000 subscribers. We've set up some pretty clever systems, like we have a blog and it will automatically generate a newsletter every week where it will show the most popular blog posts. So we have thousands of people clicking on that and it just runs automatically. And on top of that, we do custom newsletters, I would say once a week or once every 14 days, maybe. And here it's more about selling or telling people about new products we want to invest our time in. So that's where the traffic is from.
With the 2 sites for this business, as I said before, it is a 2-site info product business. Can you give me the breakdown on the relationship between the 2 sites?
So the first site is the main business, and that's in English, and that's where the 95 or even more % of the income is coming from. And the other business is a new niche site we have been building, focused on the Brazilian market. We'll have a huge potential client base here with around 170 million people living there, and we wanted to launch in a country that has a big potential and also is not too saturated yet. And so we launched in Brazil, and it's a really good project so far. I haven't been investing the time into it yet that I should have been doing. So anything related to PPC, or there's no paid ads running on it, and there's no SEO work that has been done on it yet. So, there's so much potential there. If somebody was like going full on with that, you could grow that side of the business to, 10 times as much as it is today or even more. There's so much potential there. Now, the good thing about the new business is that you don't have to speak Portuguese, because I have an amazing manager that runs the site. And he speaks English and Portuguese, and he manages everything. And you can just instruct him, and he can also, develop new products and stuff like that. So it's just automated right now, but he could, use help on a PPC front and SEO and stuff like that.
If you were to keep the business, what are the main areas for growth would you focus on? What do you see as the big opportunities?
So there's so many things that you could do, honestly. I think the first thing I would do is probably focus on the low-hanging fruit that can just, probably, increase the revenue by 30, 40%. And that would be to organize and set up real PPC campaigns for both businesses. And I've just been letting the AdWords account just run for several years without even logging in and optimizing, totally neglected it, so that there's so much lost revenue there that you can just go in, get a good guy to do it yourself, and just optimize. And then you're going to get so many more sales through AdWords. And you could also set up Facebook. We didn't even set up ads on Facebook yet. So a huge opportunity there. So do that for both sides. The other thing I would do is I would reignite the 2 blocks that are included in the sale. If you check them on SEMrush, you can actually see they used to get tons of traffic, and they would just provide tons of sales for the businesses because it would be like, external websites that are recommending us as one of the best providers of the specific products. So they would just be really good to focus on and getting up and running again. And all they need is new content, some decent links, and then they're going to start generating traffic again. The third thing I would focus on would also be easy is to reignite our affiliate program. We have totally customized and coded everything so you can track everything to perfection, but I haven't been talking to the affiliate for years and I haven't been searching for new ones. So the new owner should, start, scraping the web for potential blogs and sites in this niche and just start emailing them and offering them custom deals and then just setting up that affiliate program for them. And that's going to bring, tons of revenue right there as well. Also because we do different things now, different products we didn't do when I started the affiliate program. So I didn't even focus on a lot of the products that we offer today. So many affiliates out there that we could work with. So those are the 3 major things right now. And then there are other things we've been looking at that I think would be interesting, which would be a subscription model where because there's so many updates for all the programs and all the software, everything we sell, that you could easily charge people for a subscription. And we have tested that a little bit, and we have built some models and done some graphics on how it could look like. And I would be happy to hand over all that to the new owner if the new owner wants to pursue that. But a subscription model would be really interesting. Even with the new products we are launching, it just makes so much sense. We've seen competitors do a subscription model, and it seems like they're having a lot of success with that. So those are really big things. And then there's just like so many products that we haven't even launched yet for the Brazilian side and the main side in English that we should also be launching, and I'd be happy to help with what those products could look like if somebody buys it.
Do you feel like there are any potential risks associated with this business that a potential buyer should be aware of?
I wouldn't say there are any specific risk other than the normal risk of buying, a business, but I can't think of anything that, stands out as a huge risk. Of course, Google can change their algorithm that could affect traffic. You have to commit time to, taking care of your customers and, taking care of your social media. So I feel like if the new owner doesn't think of, the importance of great customer service, and like, for example, I feel like I made a huge mistake by not being more hands-on and not investing in scaling up the business. So I feel like if somebody buys this business, take the time to develop it, because then you're going to, 2 or 3x the revenue in less than a year. And that's what I would do if I kept the business.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to create an online business with the goal of turning it into a 7-figure business like you have?
I think to do something like that, you cannot be afraid of spending money to make money. So I think you should go all in and really invest in quality, products. Make sure that your brand is just top notch, and don't be afraid to compare yourself to businesses that make millions of dollars. Benchmark with the best, because the end result will be so much better if you set your standards up higher. And then I would say never become complacent, which is what I feel like I've been a little bit with this business. I keep pushing for more, keep pushing for being a better business, better products, better service, and innovating. And if you do that, the value will keep going up, that's for sure.
Would you commit to a non-compete?
Yeah, I would do that. I would even commit to, a non-compete for 5 or 10 years or whatever, because I know that I found my true calling with a different business. So I know I'm not going to be entering this niche in forever. So I would be willing to do that for sure.
How much support are you willing to offer a new owner during the transition period?
So I would be happy to take, Skype calls and be, available the next 30 days after the sale. But that being said, I'm not going to be, just disappearing after 30 days if there's an issue. And I mean, I will be happy to help. I have a huge team of developers, and if the new owner needs a little bit of help recoding a few things, I'll be happy to take a look and help, doing a few changes to the site. So, I mean, that could be stuff like, say, you want a different card processor. I would be happy to help recode to make the new card processor go in place instead of mine.
Are you open to negotiating on something like an earnout?
It's not something I'm super happy with, and it's not something that I want to be a big part of the deal. With that being said, if there's a little bit of a gap there where we need to negotiate on an earnout, then I'll be willing to entertain it. So I guess that's my stance on that.
Daniel, thank you so much for taking the time with me today. I do have one more question for you, but before we get to that, I want to go ahead and run through that quick summary of the business again. The business was built in October of 2015, has a monthly revenue of $40,245, expenses of $7,170 to make for a net profit of $33,074, which is generated on a 12-month average. Included in the sale of this business are both domains and all site content and files, all social media accounts, 2 niche-related blogs with potential for monetization, email list, and push notification list. Daniel, why do you feel like this is a business worth buying?
I think it's worth buying because it's in a unique niche and it's pretty hard to replicate at the level of this business because we've done a really good job at creating a brand that's unique. We have a super active social following. We have, 3,400 customers that are just, always communicating with us in Facebook groups and just, keep coming back for more. And there's so many opportunities. This business has been neglected by me because I'm interested in other projects. So if somebody comes in here with a bit of dedication and spends time developing it, then I'm sure the revenue will go, even double of what it is now within a year. And the last thing that I want to mention out, and it's going to be live on the website very soon, is that the month of September, we have done really well and the revenue is going up by quite a bit. And I feel like that's because the last few months have been a little bit more active on the site. And I think this trend will keep going upwards. So I think the new owner should totally take advantage of that.
Daniel, thank you again so much for taking the time with me today.
You're welcome.
If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and if you want more information, the link will be below the video that will take you to this marketplace listing. If you're watching this on the listing site and want more information, become a depositor today. When you make the deposit, one of our business advisors will be in contact with you, and you'll be given everything you need to review this business. Have a great day.